a friendship that'll never ever end.
Run!
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Reaction being the yo 579. That in that neighborhood, my brothers and sisters. Ever since Saturday, when I first seen that this man had put out a new video, I've been ready to watch it with the Bean team. And that day is finally here. And that man that I'm talking about is the Lazy Man, better known as Lazy Masquerade. Back to the Lazy Man, y'all. And the title of the video is Disturbing Things I Found on the Internet, Volume 10. Let's see what crazy ass, the Lazy Man found on the internet this time, y'all. I don't know where we're about to go, but we're about to go. But before we go, my brothers and sisters, y'all know what y'all got to do. Get whatever you may need. Get what you need, please. We are back to the Lazy Masquerade. Y'all got what y'all need. Y'all ready to go? Then let's go. The Lazy.
While browsing the Unresolved Mysteries subreddit, I came across a thread which posed the question: which missing person cases have the most haunting details? And, in my opinion, user Hello Lurker here delivered with an obscure and chilling case that I'd never come across. That of Francisca Cadenas, a 59-year-old Spanish woman who disappeared from Hornachos, a rural town of about 4,000 people. The kind of place where, as OP puts it, nothing ever happens. On the night of May 9th, 2017, Francisca was childminding her friend's daughter at her family home. Her husband and sons were there also, and the evening unfolded like any other. The young girl's parents, Antonio and Adelaide, arrived later that night to pick her up, and at 11 PM, Francisca escorted them out to their car to say goodbye. The vehicle was parked on the parallel Hernan Cortes Street, a mere 50 meters from the home, or about 160 feet. To get there, they had to pass through a small, illuminated alleyway that connected the two streets. Francisca said goodbye to her friends and their daughter and waved them off. As they departed, Antonio and Adelaide looked in their rearview mirror and briefly watched as Francisca made the 60-step journey back to her home. That was the last anyone saw of Francisca Cadenas. When she didn't come back inside, one of her sons contacted Antonio and Adelaide and asked if Francisca had gone with them somewhere. They said she hadn't. Francisca was reported missing almost immediately thereafter. A huge search effort was launched, with wells being searched, sniffer dogs scouring both mountains and swamps, uninhabited houses being inspected, and helicopters scouting the area from above. Antonio and Adelaide quickly came forward and confirmed that Francisca had been acting normally that night, and that they saw nobody else on the street when they set off for home. None that they had noticed anyway. This video demonstrates Francisca's final steps and shows just how small a distance and time frame she vanished in. As stated by her son, Jose, "My mother walked up this street, making a 50-meter journey. What's most shocking is how someone can walk that short distance, have the entire town mobilized in 10 minutes, and yet, years later, there's still no trace of her."
That's the major thing about it, y'all. Just the short amount of time and distance that led to this lady going missing. You know what I'm saying, man? In that little time when she was walking back to her home, somebody snatched her up. Long story short, short story long. I know somebody had to been lurking somewhere, and Lazy Man mentioned how to get to wherever they was going when she was taking the little girl back to her parents. They walked through like a corridor, like an alleyway type ish. Man, I feel like it was somebody lurking, y'all. Somebody was freaking lurking, man, and they snatched her up, and it's like, you have nothing to really even go off of. You know what I'm saying? No evidence, no clues, no nothing. Oh, this might be an unsolved mystery.
The door is here. We're very close to it. And just a little further up the street is where she disappeared. Someone out there must know what happened to Francisca. After all, people don't just disintegrate. Supposedly, the last person to see her alive was 34-year-old seasonal worker Carlos Guzman. He had crossed paths with her just as she entered the small alleyway. I was going to my car when I saw her, Carlos recalled. She was walking down the other sidewalk towards her home. I didn't even know her name, but we were neighbors, so I greeted her with a "see you later." She told me the same thing and entered the alley. From there, Francisca would have been no more than 20 steps from her home.
That's crazy.
Though initially considered the prime suspect for obvious reasons, Carlos had a watertight alibi. Shortly after passing Francisca, he had been seen by numerous witnesses having a drink in the town bar. To this day, Francisca's whereabouts and well-being remain a mystery. No trace of her has ever been found. I've seen people online debating whether her neighbors or friends were involved in some way, or whether she ran away of her own accord, though her family are adamant that she would have never abandoned them. They had a normal, happy relationship, and Francisca had left her phone and purse behind in the house. The authorities don't consider her a runaway, and believe foul play was involved.
Foul play was involved, man. Like, I don't believe that lady just ran away. Then, like the Lazy Man just said, she left her phone and her purse in the damn house. And it's just so crazy, man. She was 20 steps away back to being in her home. So this was almost like one of those movie type of horrors where somebody gets snatched up as they walking in their door. And we have seen, I think from the Lazy Man, some videos about how people have narrowly made it and escaped and made it into their home. But this time, Francisca ain't make it. And I know I said earlier that this might be an unsolved mystery, and we already knew it is and was an unsolved mystery. But that's just the subconsciousness in me just still trying to hold on and pray that it's not going to be an unsolved mystery, man. But it is what it is. And at this point, I'll just say it. Rest in peace, Francisca. Like, we don't even know if she dead or not, y'all. But come on, man. More than likely, she has passed away.
Their working theory is that an opportunistic killer was passing through the area, and that Francisca was in precisely the wrong place, at precisely the wrong moment. If nothing else, this case reminds us of the cruel randomness of life.
Yeah.
That through no fault of our own, everything could be taken away from us when we least expect it. Stay vigilant, even when you're just a few meters from your own doorstep.
Facts.
Are you tired of getting bombarded with spam calls and text?
Lazy Man with a commercial, but them big facts, man, like, and until you get inside your house and close and lock your door, Bean Team, my brothers and sisters, don't assume you safe, especially like late at night, man, when you going inside your house and you know it's all dark out, you know you struggling trying to get your keys and all that, man. Make sure you're aware of your surroundings too. Seriously, man. You are not safe until you're inside the freaking home. And sometimes you ain't even safe then when motherfuckers try to break in your house. But that's a whole nother story, man. Y'all get what I'm saying, though. Rest in peace to her, though, because I'm pretty sure she has passed away. Let's go to the next one.
You can go to aura.com/lazy and try your first 2 weeks for free. Also linked in the description. Tamaulipas, a Mexican state just across the border from Texas, one that's long been a battleground between warring cartels vying for control of smuggling routes into the US. Back in the early to mid-2010s, the two predominant factions were the Gulf Cartel and their former associates, Los Zetas, a syndicate known for its immense scale and unrivaled brutality. When it came to their business strategy, the Z's, as they were known, employed shock and awe tactics, indiscriminately slaughtering anyone who opposed them. That included Gulf Cartel members, with whom they had daily shootouts, and, unfortunately, innocent journalists who spoke out against their actions. Despite being as unsubtle as a bullet through a window, by publishing their own snuff videos online for the world to see, the cartels, and Los Zetas in particular, hated negative publicity. They enjoyed being feared, but not criticized. As such, if a reporter blamed the state's unusually high crime stats on the cartels, there's a good chance they'd be added to the figures themselves, either winding up dead in a ditch, or disappearing from the face of the earth. It's no wonder that so many media companies began turning a blind eye to cartel activities altogether, much to the frustration of the good people of Tamaulipas. Without regular news updates, many innocent bystanders found themselves wandering into the cartel's line of fire, both metaphorically and literally. One person who chose not to keep his mouth shut was the creator of the Facebook page, Valor por Tamaulipas, or in English, Courage for Tamaulipas. Founded on January 1st, 2012 by an anonymous user known only as the admin, the page shared information about cartel-related violence across the state of Tamaulipas and provided security updates to keep local residents safe. With over 500,000 followers and a sizable Twitter presence, Valor por Tamaulipas, or for the sake of my tongue, VPT, regularly uploaded photos of local crime scenes and reported on drug-related violence, named and shamed corrupt police officers, and uploaded images of alleged criminals and their vehicles.
Man, VPT, hey, shout out to VPT, respect. I understand what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? You got your heart in the right place. You trying to expose these cartel people, but let me tell you something, these cartel people ain't nothing to play with, you know what I'm saying, man? And for y'all that don't know, I used to react to a channel called Death Door, and pretty much his whole channel is about the drug cartel in Mexico and the different things that have happened and is still going on to this day. And the only reason I stopped reacting to him because his content is great. His content is great, but I just felt like I was reacting to too many different channels, and we got to keep up with people like the Lazy Man. So, you know, I had to trim some of the fat, so to speak, on all the different channels I used to react to. But as far as VPT go, another thing I want to say to y'all is I understand that he is doing it anonymously. He may be a she, but called the ad man. But these goddamn drug cartels, if they want you dead, if they really want you dead, they gonna find out who you is. You know what I'm saying, man? They gonna find a way. Like, they be plugged in with the freaking local police departments and stuff, man. They'll find a way to find out who you are on that Facebook. I don't know if that's where we going in this story, but I'm just saying.
They also warned their audience about roadblocks, arsons, and human trafficking incidents, with the aim of raising awareness among the populace, finding the missing, and bringing cartel members to justice. You've all heard stories about the cartel's brutality, and anyone who's seen Funky Town knows that they've earned that reputation. Some of the pictures on VPT were equally as grotesque, and not for the faint of heart, so for obvious reasons, I won't be showing them here, and don't recommend seeking them out. But unlike most people online, the admin wasn't posting those photos to shock his audience, but rather to help them when no one else would.
Yeah.
With mainstream Mexican media often downplaying violence due to fears of reprisals, VPT became a popular platform for concerned locals, with it frequently being the only source of news about what was happening at any given time. Many turned to VPT to check if there was a shootout occurring nearby, find out where carjackings had occurred, or see if anyone, maybe even a loved one, had gone missing. The admin was known to be active around the clock, sharing whatever details he could, whenever he could. As you can imagine, the cartels were less than pleased with him. Well aware that revealing his identity would reduce his life expectancy down to about half a day, the admin took every precaution to remain anonymous. That didn't stop the cartels from replying to his posts with death threats, of course, assuring him that his days were numbered. In early 2013, Los Zetas began circulating flyers, offering a reward of 600,000 pesos to anyone who revealed the identity of VPT's admin or any of his family members, be they his parents, siblings, wife, or children. Unshaken.
That's some cold shit, my brothers and sisters. Let's just be real, man. And I'm just gonna talk about in the United States. I'm not gonna even talk about in Mexico. If that drug cartel, the Los Secos, whatever their name is, if they was to come out in the United States and be like, if y'all reveal, if anybody know who this person is or any of his family members, if y'all reveal that to us, we will give you $600,000. Man, there'll be people goddamn singing like a goddamn church choir telling on that man. You know what I'm saying? He would get exposed. I don't know if it's gonna happen in this story, but I know in the United States, if there is a reward, so to speak, of $600,000, it's a lot of people that'll snake that man out with the quickness. He playing a dangerous game.
The admin took to Facebook and replied directly to the thugs through a public post. I'm not playing the hero. I'm doing what I have to do as a citizen. I'll continue to run Vol.10 Tamaulipas, even if it costs me my life. The admin did assure his followers that his wife and children had moved to the US for their own safety, but told them that he was remaining in Tamaulipas to continue his work. Shortly thereafter, a video began circulating online, one showing a man, allegedly a collaborator of the admin's, kneeling with his hands in his pockets. Next to him stood a masked figure in camouflage, holding a firearm. The kneeling man stated, "Please refrain from publishing any information. If not, this is the price you'll pay." After warning internet users against collaborating with VPT, the gunman fired a single shot into the man's head. In response, the admin left a message on Facebook stating that he didn't recognize the man in the video and wouldn't speculate about its authenticity. But the message was clear, and was only made clearer on October 15th, 2014.
Uh-oh.
In the early hours of that morning, the co-admin of VPT's sister page, Rosario Fuentes, was kidnapped. She had tweeted the location of a shootout so that her followers could avoid it, and one of the cartel members realized that she was a doctor who worked in a clinic nearby. Following her capture, the men holding her logged into Rosario's Twitter account, where her followers knew her only as Miet3, and made several tweets. Friends and family, my real name is Maria del Rosario Fuentes Rubio. I'm a doctor, and today my life has come to an end. The account then shared before and after photos of Rosario, one of her being held alive, and another of her corpse. Her killers changed her profile picture to the after photo. The final tweet to appear from her read, "At Bandolera 7, at Civil Armando MX, at Valor por Tamaulipas, death is closer to us than you think. Close your accounts. Don't risk your families the way I did. I ask you all for forgiveness."
Do you see how sick these freaking cartel people are, man? Like, seriously, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Gangs in the United States ain't got shit on them, man. We don't, man. And I'm not trying to say that we should, but I'm just saying Bloods and Crips and whatever other type of gangs that they got going on in the United States, they don't take stuff to the level that these folks do. At least now in this day and age. Maybe back in the late 80s, early 90s, you could say that. But these freaking cartel people, man. And see, this why let's put ourselves in the shoes of VPT, y'all. Like, if it was me, I'm doing a great thing. You know what I'm saying? What I'm doing is from my heart, is for the families out there that's suffering through this. It's for the people. You know what I'm saying? It's for my brothers and sisters, and I'm coming from a great place. But you have to think about, not only, he said it. He said, I would die if I have to continue doing this. I would die for this. He's standing on business. He 10 toes down. But it's not only you got to think about dying. Your family and friends too, you know what I'm saying? Because these cartel, they gonna come after any freaking body that they even think you love, that you know. You know what I'm saying, man? It's like, ooh, we. That's where I would be like, nah, I gotta stop, man, because I can't be the cause of my family or friends dying from this ish. And then just look at the way that they did it. Kidnapped the lady, took her phone, started tweeting, showed a picture of her alive, showed a picture of her dead, and on top of it, made it the profile picture. Man, they built different down there in Mexico, y'all. They built different.
By the time Twitter deactivated the account, the images had already been widely circulated. The admin confirmed Rosario's death on Facebook and expressed his deep sorrow over the incident. He stated that she had been a long-time collaborator of VPT and had saved countless lives not just as a doctor, but as an anonymous citizen journalist. In December 2014, the admin announced his retirement from social media, stating in a post, "In my case, organized crime won, but it has only defeated me, and not society. It has not defeated the thousands of contributors who trusted this page and made reports despite their own fears." He also announced that the page would remain active and was being handed over to a nameless individual with connections in law enforcement. In the comments section of the post, many users thanked the admin for his service, though some expressed concerns about the new management's potential ties to the government. The page was later closed by Facebook, likely for posting graphic content, but was relaunched shortly thereafter. It now mainly serves as a Rosario Fuentes memorial page. Its last update was posted in October 2020. The reason the page fell silent remains unknown. Many suspect, or at least hope, that the admin reunited with his family in the US, and that they were able to begin a new life in a less tumultuous setting.
Right.
His identity remains unknown to this day, and I never thought I'd say this, but I truly hope that's a mystery that will never be solved.
Right. Yeah, that's one unsolved mystery that I actually love. You know what I'm saying? I started clapping when the lazy man said that he retired from that ish. Like, seriously, man, when your family and friends get it, they bring them into the equation, because now you're not saying that you would give your life up for this, but now you basically saying that you would give up your family and friends' life for this. Hold on now. Hold on, bro. I don't want to die for this cause. It's just you that want to die for this cause. So it would be selfish for him to even involve the people around him in that, man. And she actually was an advocate for it, you know what I'm saying? But it's still like, no, VPT, no, the admin, retire, bro, go be with your family, because this ish has got out of hand and is only gonna get worse. Especially, I gotta go back to what Lazy Man said about them offering $600,000. Eventually, somebody was gonna rat him out. Like, real talk. I know in the United States, boy, if they would have knew who that person was, them folks would have told. They would have told. I digress. Let's go. This been good, y'all. We still got 3 more. We still got 3 more stories. Let's do it.
In recent days, you may have seen this face appear on your social media feeds. This is Gracie Mae Thompson, a young girl who disappeared in late July of this year and who hasn't been seen or heard from since.
Damn.
In a post made by her mother on August 6th, we learned the following. My daughter has been missing since July 22nd, 16 days. It only takes 2 seconds to share. Her name is Gracie Mae Thompson. Age, 15. Height, 5'2". Weight, 103. Hair color, originally strawberry blonde, but recently dyed black. She was last seen in black shorts and a black shirt. The post quickly gained widespread attention, with users trying to help the only way they could, by clicking share. But despite their best efforts and well wishes, Gracie will never be coming home.
Damn.
Gracie doesn't exist.
What?
She's a fictional character created as part of a scam. Both her name and story are complete fabrications. Don't get me wrong, these photos are indeed of a real girl, though they were likely stolen from a still unidentified account, with the young woman pictured being completely oblivious to the fact she's been made the poster child of a con. When you dig below the surface of this post, a few red flags do present themselves, but crucially, no amber ones. There haven't been any recent amber alerts for a Gracie Mae Thompson anywhere in the US, and if you search her name on Google, no missing person articles or news reports will show up. Instead, you'll be met with dozens of accounts sharing the same template about their missing daughter. All of these different people claim to be Gracie's mother, and though the text itself remains consistent across them, they all contain one conflicting detail, namely, where Gracie went missing. Some posts claim that she vanished in Odessa, while others say Stockton, Pickens County, Detroit, Bell, Corner Brook, and various other locations. That's because each of the posts appear in sales pages like Upper Lower Catitas County Auction and Odessa, Texas Trading Post. Fraudsters are aware that by making their posts region-specific, they can generate more likes, shares, and clicks.
See, this is the terrible side of human beings. Seriously, man, this is the scum of the earth of human beings. You know what I'm saying, man? This is the worst of the worst of human beings. Are you freaking kidding me, man? When it late, cause I'm sitting up here thinking that this girl actually exists. I'm getting emotional, like, oh man, she went missing, a little 15-year-old beautiful little child, man, and went missing. And then he said she don't exist. These people then just took a random little girl picture off the internet. She probably have no freaking idea about any of this ish. You know what I'm saying, man? And using it to try to get money out of people. Long story short, story long. That is just so disgusting.
Other posts have also been circulating using different names and faces, though Gracie's has received the most traction so far, with her name even appearing on Google Trends in recent days. Her story is currently making the rounds on TikTok and racking up thousands of views. Though some accounts seem to merely be using the fake missing person format to farm engagement or spread a hoax, others have been making them for more nefarious purposes. According to Scam Finder, some of the posts, like this one, are designed to spread malware. By clicking on their associated links, in this case obituaryremembrance.info, users are taken to sites flagged by antivirus software as malicious. Clicking these links could lead to stolen personal information, compromised social media accounts, and the installation of harmful software on your device. Unfortunately, there are no depths that scammers aren't willing to sink to, and that includes preying on the empathy of good-hearted people. And in doing so, they divert attention away from real cases, foster distrust towards genuine missing person posts, and exploit the images of people like the young woman used in this scam. If you ever come across a post that's appealing to your empathy like this, take a moment to check the details against reliable sources. This simple step can help prevent the spread of misinformation and protect both you and others from becoming the victims of scams.
Facts. And see, now that we learn about this story, y'all, when I don't even be on Facebook like that. But what I'm saying is, man, maybe you just need to, before you even click on any of the links that is in the post or whatever, maybe you just need to search Gracie Mae Thompson on Google. Just search her name before you even click on any links, because you heard what the lazy man said about how those freaking websites that you going to got malware that pretty much can potentially have your freaking credit card number when you're typing it on your internet, and all your information that you're typing these people can steal. So it's just crazy that the more times go on, y'all, the worse scammers freaking get. The more tricks they come up with. It's like scammers would never freaking run out of tricks. That is so fucking despicable, man. I can't even say the word. That is despicable, man, for them to sit right there and be doing that. But you know the thing about it, if I gotta keep it real, Bean Team, it don't even surprise me. It don't even surprise me, man. That's just how some humans are, man. We are the greatest thing on earth, and we the worst thing on earth at the same goddamn time. It just depends on who you are. It depends on what human you are. You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
This next entry was brought to my attention by a recent Gooseboost video. He covers loads of interesting internet mysteries himself, so be sure to check out his channel in the description. You'd hope that the creepiest thing you'd find while browsing reviews on Google Maps would be that the restaurant you've taken your date to has a 1-star rating, and that the greatest mystery is whether your next date's going to be with the toilet. But then you'd be ignoring Ricky Calderon, an account which routinely leaves reviews for various establishments across the US. Though on the surface they aren't particularly noteworthy, when you look through the photos posted alongside them, things take an eerie turn. Browsing through his profile, you'll find hundreds of photos of women superimposed into the locations he's reviewing. Usually only the top halves of their heads. Sometimes the top third, but never their whole face. The majority aren't even of real people, but rather artificial duplicates that stare blankly at the viewer and give off that uncanny valley aesthetic. Some renders are more convincing than others, and a few of them are straight up just ripped from video games. But then there's these photos, which stand out as anomalies. Shots of real women, seemingly oblivious to the fact that Ricky's taking their picture. I've been through his entire profile, and at time of recording, he's posted 292 photos, with more being added every day. These reviews appear in clusters, most of them for restaurants in Miami, Orlando, Tampa, Chicago, San Antonio, Dallas, and the Washington metropolitan area. The question is, why is Ricky Calderon doing this? The current consensus is that it's all the work of an AI bot training itself to insert fake people into real locations. As stated by user Boxdeldanome on the Gooseboost subreddit. My completely unsubstantiated theory is that it's some sort of AI training itself to convincingly insert fake people into real backgrounds so as to gain traction on sites like Instagram to spread ads. I think all those Reddit bots do something similar. The only thing I can't explain is why they only insert half a face, or why they're actually posting it.
And that's not a bad theory. That's not a bad theory right there. But I don't know if that's the right one, y'all. Like, I can't say I disagree with that, but I'm just sitting right here like, what the freak is this? Like, the thing, like, and they even pointed out in this post, like, the thing that gets me the most is, why are you not showing the full face? What's up with this half face or 3/4 of the face? We never even get to see the women's mouth. And it's just so out of place to have them in them photos. This a head scratcher. That's what you call this one right here, a head freaking scratcher.
Looking through some of Ricky's earliest contributions, there do appear to be a few other real women posing with menus in front of their faces, with only the tops of their heads visible. Looking at those, Reddit user Dreamspitter seems to think he's got the mystery cracked. It's supposed to be taking menu photos and dropping a pretty girl's face in the shot. Most of the time though, it fails. I think it only actually worked once. In each image, the picture is intended to be the reviewer, but they're all different. I believe the text in these reviews is also AI generated, and you can tell. The recommendations in restaurant reviews are slightly off. This is what the bot is trying to do. They're meant to be menu photos. By contrast, I think these are real photos, but stolen from elsewhere. So there we have it. Mystery solved, right? These are all the failed experiments of a bot learning to farm interactions and potentially make venues seem more popular than they actually are. 1-0 to the dead internet theory. Maybe. Personally though, I'm not 100% convinced that these images are made using AI. They look more like two graphics spliced together than a generated whole.
Yes.
I've never seen an AI create an image where one part's hyper-realistic, and the other, less so. They're not exactly something you'd hang in the Louvre, but there seems to be intention behind them. Creative decisions being made. I'm by no means an expert, so feel free to disagree, but I've seen others drawing similar conclusions. With a few exceptions, Ricky's reviews are almost exclusively for restaurants. We're talking Twin Peaks, Tilted Kilt, and my personal favourite, Bacon Bitch. The vast majority though seem to be for Hooters. Guess he really likes the wings. Jokes aside, we have to question whether Ricky himself is truly visiting these locations, taking photos for his backdrops, and then manually inserting stock photos of women into them, either out of a sense of loneliness, to make it seem like he hangs out with pretty girls, unaware of how unrealistic and off-putting his creations appear to other people, or alternatively, because foreheads give him some kind of gratification, a pleasure enhanced by sharing his images with the world. If so, that would make a few of these images, these ones in particular, quite disturbing, given that I doubt these women were even aware their photos were being taken.
True.
Still, this is very much a fresh mystery, so let me know your thoughts about it in the comments.
Well, I think that's the most weird one of the day from the lazy man, y'all. And I just gotta say, I don't think that's freaking AI doing that. I think somebody is manually doing it. Just like with my thumbnails, y'all, when you see me and Mr. Ball and the Mike from that chapter, and you know I have my pose on, he have his pose on. Like, you know, that's me literally like cutting out up from another video and pasting it into that. It's like a copy and paste. And I'm seeing the images of those women and they face and stuff was copied and pasted into these images of these photos of these different restaurants. It's like, it is so freaking bizarre, that one right there. I don't think it's AI. I just don't understand why he doing it. And the lazy man said something that may sound crazy, but it could be true too, my brothers and sisters. It may be that this man for some reason have fetish about women foreheads or something, man. It might be going on with something with the forehead area that he like about women. You never freaking know, y'all. You never know. And then I just feel like this is one of those stories where make me be talking about how AI can just be effing up the world nowadays too, man. Like you don't know what the damn picture to believe now. You don't know what picture is real or fake. It's like back in the day with the Photoshop, you know what I'm saying? Before AI, when they was using the Photoshop, a lot of time back then you still could spot out and tell if it's real or not. But now that we got this AI-ish, man, we don't know what is real and what is fake because AI do a lot of different things. But just me personally, and like the lazy man said, you can agree or disagree because I don't know if I'm right or wrong. Those images look like somebody actually cut those women's faces out and paste them into another image. Long story short, short story long. That was freaking freaky, man. Let's get to the last one.
I came across this final entry in a Sakura Stardust video. She makes great content that covers all things creepy from the Japanese web. Be sure to check out her content and say hi. Link down below. August is a turbulent time in Japan. Smack bang in the middle of typhoon season, those who live by the ocean, like the good people of Mie Prefecture, are annually bombarded by strong wind, heavy rain, high tides, and deadly landslides. On August 9th, 2014, local Japanese TV station Mie Terebi was airing an episode of The Hit, a show for fishing enthusiasts, when the station suddenly cut to an emergency report, one which warned of an approaching typhoon. Mie Prefecture was being hit by some particularly severe weather that summer, so those tuned in gave the report their full attention. The live coverage warned viewers to stay indoors and brace for extreme conditions which posed a risk to life, and filled the screen with the storm's predicted trajectory. But as viewers tracked the path of the typhoon and prepared for the worst, an unexpected image flashed on screen. There was no context, no forewarning, no explanation. And just as quickly as it appeared, it was gone. But given that it appeared during a typhoon alert, the image both confused and unsettled everyone watching. The incident wasn't addressed by any of the presenters, fueling a mix of curiosity and unease. Predictably, the network's admittedly small viewer base quickly took to online forums to discuss what they had just seen. The picture was so eerie and out of place, so many wondered whether it was a tasteless joke, an attempted network hijacking, or simply a way for Mie Terebi to drum up engagement. Well, if the latter was true, then their plan worked. While watching the news about the typhoon in Mie Prefecture, I saw a video of a bloody woman running away from an elevator. Was it an image of her running away from blood water? Thinking about it, her hair was wet and it was sticking to her face. I thought it was blood. Yeah, there was no explanation at all. Was it real, or from a drama series? I don't know. It looks something like this.
Oh, what the fuck?
Mie TV.
And I feel like the freaking television station, the TV station, or whatever, the channel, I'm just gonna call it MTV. I feel like MTV, man, to just kill all this drama about this image that popped up. Y'all need to just address it. You know what I'm saying? Come out and address it. And maybe they are, but that's just how I feel.
TV didn't have many regular viewers, and nobody had recorded the report containing the image. The August 9th broadcast was officially lost, and with nothing but a half-second memory to work with, netizens worked together to paint a clearer picture of what they'd seen. Some described a bloody woman being attacked by a realistic ghost, creating mock-ups like these. There was some debate about whether it was a still image or a video clip. Soon, the conversation spilled over onto other forums and reached a wider audience, fueling the morbid curiosity of other internet users who joined in with the speculation. Word quickly spread that all the recordings of the typhoon alert had been intentionally erased by the showrunners, who were desperate to prevent anyone from rewatching it. People labelled it as cursed, and even an optic hazard, something that, once seen, can't be unseen, and could have devastating effects on one's mind. With online speculation getting wildly out of hand, the station's official Twitter account finally addressed the incident, stating, "Due to a system error, a video from one of yesterday's news segments got mixed up in today's announcement. We sincerely apologise." So, netizens had their answer. The image was just a screen grab from one of the previous day's reports, one that had accidentally been spliced into the typhoon coverage. Mie Terebi didn't elaborate further though, leaving those following the mystery with even more questions. What sort of news segment would contain such a bizarre, disturbing image? What could they possibly have been reporting on? The still that flashed on screen during the broadcast was eventually tracked down and published in a horror magazine. One headlined, "Scary Broadcast Accident That Occurred During a Typhoon Relay." How the author got their hands on the seemingly lost image remains unclear, but finally the internet was able to examine it in detail. It was a photo of a distressed woman in a bathroom, running from what appeared to be a person dressed as a yokai, tinged green as if captured using a night vision camera. Despite what Mie Terebi had announced, many believed that it had to have come from a movie or show rather than a news segment, but despite a thorough search, no piece of media resembling the still could be tracked down. In 2022, popular Japanese blogger and urban legend investigator, the Suburo, covered the incident on their YouTube channel, appealing.
I just gotta point something out, y'all, because I wanted to look more than once before I pointed this out, and I have looked more than twice. I have looked 3 times. Something is wrong with him. Like, this look like some AI-ish too, man. I know AI got me paranoid about believing any damn picture. And the reason I'm saying that, y'all, is where is his legs? Like I see her legs, I see her torso, see her head. I see his head, I see his torso, but where is his legs, man? What the freak? Am I the only one who tripping, y'all? Do y'all see something that I don't see? Like, something wrong, man. This was a fake hoax type-ish. Hold on, let's look in the mirror. Do y'all see a camera like a cameraman in the mirror? The mirror look even more crazy, because I can see the back of his head in the mirror, but the back of her head don't look right in the mirror. I don't know, y'all. I don't freaking know.
For information about the image's source, and one commenter, Cough0707, may have cracked it. This is a promotional video for the Narrow Path of Fear, a haunted house themed around Kuchisake Onna, the infamous split-mouthed woman. According to Koff, the event took place every August in Yanagase, Gifu City, where the legend of Kuchisake Onna is said to have originated. The haunted house, which actually took place down the winding alleyways of Yanagase itself, was filled with long-haired actresses who would jump out and chase attendees. The attraction was actually an initiative which hoped to attract more young people to the shuttered shopping streets of Yanagase and revitalize the town. As you can see, this footage, which was captured during the event's final night in 2019, bears a strong similarity to the 2014 image that aired on Mie TV.
Yeah.
The atmosphere, the green hue, and the fact that it took place in August all line up with this event being the origin of the screen grab. How it got mixed up in the August 9th news report remains unclear, since Mie TV have remained tight-lipped on the matter, though it does seem oddly coincidental that this creepy image in particular got into the mix. To date, no one's been able to recover the typhoon broadcast from August 9th or the news broadcast from August 8th, and they both remain lost pieces of media. Nor has anyone found the exact promotional clip that this still was taken from. Whatever the case though, for those who were anxiously following the Storm broadcast live, seeing this image pop up on the screen must have been a weird and, frankly, unnerving experience.
Hold on, time out, y'all. Maybe he on his knees, because I'm still looking at it. Now I'm looking at it. Maybe this is somebody on his knees, and that's why we don't see his legs, man. That's the end anyway, man. But yeah, maybe the dude was on his freaking knees, man. I'm just focused in on the picture so hard. Like, this just don't look real. But this is one of those stories where I can agree and I can go with the theory. Like, I can lean towards this theory that came from the haunted house thingy that they was doing. I don't remember none of these words, man. Especially because they Japanese and all that. The ladies, man, be telling us stories from all around the world, my brothers and sisters. And that one, man, I'm just gonna say the MTV broadcast incident. I feel like that was a great theory as far as like what that picture actually came from and stuff like that. Like, I don't think that's a picture of somebody really in trouble. That seemed fake, man. Long story short, story long. The one before that with the dude Ricky Calderon, the profile that's taking these weird pictures, man. I'm just gonna say, like I have said before, I'm gonna stick to it, y'all. I think that it's manually done. That's not no AI doing that, man. I think that is somebody, for whatever reason, they may have a forehead fetish of women or whatever. That actually is somebody who did it. The one before that, it just shows you just the scum of the earth that humans can freaking be, man. The Gracie May stealing, they done stole, just took a little girl profile picture off the internet, and now they claiming that she gone missing and she don't even freaking exist. That girl named something completely damn different, man. That is just terrible. And it's also funny because I don't think that, I don't know, y'all, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think that, like, if we was to find out who those people was that's saying that this girl is gone missing and then she don't exist, I don't even think you can, like, be charged no crime for that. Like, it's not a crime to freaking lie on the internet like that. So it's just crazy, man. Scum of the earth people trying to freaking scam and do all that. Freaking terrible. The one before that was this one right here is crazy too, y'all. With the freaking the cartel, man. Them cartels don't freaking play, man. VPT was doing a good thing, but it ended up to be a horrible thing when they end up taking I can't remember what the lady said. I don't think it was his actual sister, but it was somebody close to him. You know what I'm saying, man? And that's when I'm just happy, and I'll clap again that he gonna retire, because I think VPT retired, and maybe right now VPT is living his best life. And rest in peace to her, man. And just the freaking cartel, y'all. I'm telling y'all, man, these gangs in the United States, my brothers and sisters, they are nothing like it. They are nothing like that level of freaking craziness and just what the freakiness. The first one. What was the first one about, y'all? Let me look. Let me see. Oh man, the lady who just disappeared, Francesca, just disappeared so close to her freaking home, man. It's just like, God, dude, you when you think you're safe, you're not freaking safe. And that person struck so fast who grabbed her, and I don't know when they grabbed her, how they got up out of there, what they did, but they did that, man. And I just hate it because like I said, man, I think she has passed away, and rest in peace to her once again. And it just also make you think about how it give you a perfect example of how that person has never been found who abducted her or who kidnapped her. You know what I'm saying? That person is still walking among the streets right now and is a freaking murderer. Long story short, story long. It's just a perfect example of how murderers living amongst us, and we don't even freaking know it, Bean Team. We don't even freaking know it. But I digress. I'm gonna go and let y'all go now, man. This was one of the most best freaking Lazy Man videos I can remember, y'all, and that is saying a lot. Or maybe I just miss watching the Lazy Man. I think it has been like 3 weeks to a damn near month going on since he last put out a video. So maybe I just missed the Lazy Man, because all his content is freaking great. But I know for sure this one was a great freaking video. And I'm gonna let y'all leave now too. And before y'all leave, just please hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and do all that if you ain't did that yet. And come on back tomorrow for another That Chapter Wednesday. And until then, my friends, I also need y'all to remember this. Love, peace, and happiness. Stay safe. Don't stop. Keep going. Yeah.